Parking and getting to school has always been a hassle with students at the College of Brockport. Although parking is mostly for commuters, there are many other ways for students to get to class, like walking or taking the shuttle, and it is crucial to get there on time. Students have a lot to say about this issue.
My name is Brad. I pay for a parking pass every single year, and it's a good amount of money every single year to pay for that parking pass. And for a commuter parking pass, luckily there are a lot of lots open for me to park in. But even still, I find myself racing to get into that parking spot every day, almost trying to beat somebody to that spot because if I don't get that spot, I might not make it to class on time. So.
First name is Jordan. My last name is Joseph. Right now, I'm a commuter. I live off campus in a house, so I drive to school a lot of the time. Yes, I do have a parking pass. I have one of the orange commuter passes. I do not think the price equates to what I'm getting for the parking. I feel like it's a little bit overpriced and, for what I'm getting at the school personally. For the parking spot, I've definitely had multiple instances where I leave 10, 15 minutes early and I'm literally fighting for spots with 5 other cars in the same row just because people are poaching spots, just waiting for people to come out and get in their cars, and it's creates this huge backup where you're just stuck just in a cycle of waiting for a spot that can just get taken. And a lot of the times I'd have to just drive back to my house and actually run to class because I'd be late because I'm just waiting to look for a spot and there's none available.
Students have to pay around 6 times more than what faculty have to pay for a parking pass. Parking passes cost around $150 for students, while faculty only have to pay around $25 depending on where the parking is located for them.
My name is Ben Vahey, senior, graduating in May 2019. $150 for the year, I'd say buy it. It may be a lot of money now, but it'll save a lot of money later because if you don't get that now, you could be struggling finding a place to park. You have to pay the meter every class. If there's any meter spots, you could risk getting a bunch of tickets. So I suggest just buying the pass at the beginning over the summer and just keeping it for the year.
My name is Charlie Nazarkowitz. No, I don't think the price of the parking pass is equivalent to the value you get. I think it's not a good value because there's not enough parking spaces and people have to constantly fight for a spot, which makes you late to class or late to whatever other obligations you have.
Although the students do feel that the parking passes may seem overpriced, it is better than getting tickets, which will add up quicker than a parking pass will. Other issues that students face is the issue of snow removal around campus.
I've seen people fall and stuff, but I feel like obviously it snows a lot here, so there's a lot to do. But for the most part, I think they do all right.
Usually they have them at least plowed. It's plowed, sometimes icy, but I don't really have a problem with getting into a parking spot. I feel like most of the parking lots are pretty clear to the most part. Not really. A lot of time there is a lot of salt, so they do salt often. I do notice that, but there have been times where the pathways are so slippery that you literally have to tiptoe on the pathway because it's so slippery. So that's definitely a thing too.
I don't think the school does a very good job with snow removal. They either leave the snow at a dangerous level where cars are sliding around, or leave a lot of ice on the ground, and that makes it dangerous for drivers and people walking around as well.
From all the snow Brockport gets, sometimes the snow removal can be a bit dicey depending on the weather. Brockport has a shuttle called the Eagle Run, and it takes students around campus as well as bringing students to local shopping centers like Walmart and Wegmans. The shuttle also brings students around the village only through Thursday and Saturday if the students want to celebrate on the weekends.
I do not use the shuttle. I think if I was a resident, I would probably want to utilize the shuttle more, but because I am a commuter and I have a car, I don't feel the need to use it.
I take the shuttle. It's, for the most part, reliable. They do arrive late sometimes. Not the schedule itself, but the timing of the driver. They sometimes come up late and they make me late to class, and the teacher never accepts any excuses, even if it's not my fault.
From what the students have said, there is a common trend when it comes to the availability of parking on campus and the price of the parking passes for what the students are actually getting. Parking seems to be a common struggle throughout the campus of Brockport, and the unreliability of the shuttle are putting students at risk of being late. Depending on the weather, snow removal can either be done well or poorly. Regardless of the circumstances, commuters will always have to find parking and students have to get to class on time. Brockport needs to be more efficient, especially during the winter season.